What up, guys? Your boy, Mr. Downtown Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Tuesday, March 27th, 2018, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. 11, played by Millie Bobby Brown, and Mike, played by Finn Wolfhard, will be in a relationship when Stranger Things returns for Season 3 on Netflix, executive producer Sean Levy says. Levy said to The Hollywood Reporter Sunday, Mike and 11 are going strong, so that's a relationship that continues, and same with Mad Max and Lucas. Also mentioning that Caleb McLaughlin's character Lucas and Sadie Sink's Max will also be together after falling for each other during Season 2. He continued about what fans can expect in the third season of the hit Supernatural series. He says, but again, they're like 13 or 14-year-old kids, so what does romance mean at that stage of life? It can never be simple and stable relationships, and there's fun to that instability. He also said that Season 3 will feature more of Joe Keery's Steve Harrington and his parenting ways. He says, we definitely get to see more of Steve Harrington in Season 3, and I'll just say we won't be abandoning the Dad Steve magic. I don't want to say much more, but I literally feel that we were walking along and we stumbled onto a gold mine with Dad Steve. Levy's comments come from the red carpet at PaleyFest Sunday, which featured a Stranger Things panel featuring the stars of the show. Star David Harbour, who portrays Police Chief Jim Hopper, said during the panel how close he has grown to Brown and how he sees her as a daughter. He says, I don't have a child, so I don't know what that's like, and all my experiences of love have been romantic, or my parents, or my dog, so this was an unlocking of me as a human being, of a love that was human, but was pure in a way where you take a bullet for someone. To be honest, it was very challenging, and we went through so many different emotions. Brown said of the scenes she has shared with Harbour, we get angry at each other, we're like father and daughter. Those scenes were so raw and real. Stranger Things won big at the Nickelodeon Kid Choice Awards Sunday, with the series being voted favorite TV show and Brown being voted favorite TV actress. Margot Robbie is executive producing a new Shakespeare series that retells classic stories from a female perspective. Robbie's production company, Lucky Chap Entertainment, is developing the 10-episode series with ABC Studios International and Australian-based Hoodlum, Deadline reported. The project will be made in Australia, with filming expected to begin in 2018. The untitled series will have a female creative team, including series creator Julia Sandler, who is also writing one episode. Each standalone episode will offer a modern female twist on Shakespeare. Lucky Chap said in a statement, the project will share diverse points of view from writers representing the different cultures and areas within Australia, which many would not readily associate with the works of Shakespeare. Kelly Lee of ABC Studios International says this production is a chance to create something classic yet boldly original and modern. The works of Shakespeare's are iconic, and this will present him in a way they've never seen before. Robbie recently starred in and produced I, Tonya through Lucky Chap. The 27-year-old earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress in the film about figure skater Tonya Harding. Netflix said Monday it has ordered a third season of its half-hour sitcom, One Day at a Time. 13 fresh episodes are scheduled to begin streaming in 2019. The show stars Justina Machado as Penelope Alvarez, a Cuban-American nurse and single mom raising her two children, played by Isabel Gomez, and Marcel Ruiz, with the help of her mother, played by Rita Moreno. The ensemble also includes Todd Grinnell and Stephen Tobolowsky as Penelope's best friend and boss, respectively. Norman Lear is an executive producer on the series, which is a remake of his same-titled sitcom that ran from 1975 to 1984. The original show starred Bonnie Franklin, Valerie Bertinelli, Mackenzie Phillips, and Pat Harrington. Netflix said Monday it has renewed for second seasons of its unscripted series Dope, Drug Lords, Nailed It, Queer Eye, and The Toy That Made Us.
Ben Bejaria, the vice president of content for Netflix, said in a statement, "These series are indicative of what we are trying to accomplish for Netflix Unscripted, working with world-class producers to create the best unscripted shows on television. These series elevated the genre with innovative takes on familiar formats. They deliver immersive and nuanced stories. They elicit so many emotions from viewers, from tears of laughter to tears of joy. And that's just Queer Eye. With the first show to return for a sophomore season will be Dope, a docuseries filming from the perspective of dealers, users, and police. It will be back with fresh episodes April 20th. Oscar-winning actor Javier Bardem has landed the lead role of 16th century Spanish explorer Hernan Cortez in a 4-hour miniseries for Amazon Studios. Bardem said in a statement Monday, "It is a privilege to tell this epic story, one that is full of drama and conflict within this huge historical spectacle where two distant civilizations clash at the height of their reign. The best and worst of human nature came to life in all its light and darkness. As an actor, there is no better challenge than to serve such a unique project that I have been passionate about for years, and I'm thrilled to be working with this dream team of Steven Spielberg, Steve Zaillian, and Amazon." Zaillian wrote the series and will executive produce it with Bardem and Steven Spielberg. Zaillian and Spielberg previously worked together on the classic World War II drama Schindler's List. Bardem is known for his roles in Mother, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, Skyfall, No Country for Old Men, and Vicky Cristina Barcelona. Nashville and 911 actress Connie Britton has signed on to star in and executive produce the first season of Bravo's anthology series Dirty John. The show is based on the articles and true crime podcasts of Los Angeles reporter Christopher Geldof. Britton will play Deborah Newell, a successful interior designer and single mom from Orange County, whose romance with the charismatic John Meehan spirals into secrets, denial, and manipulation, a news release for the cable network says. The series has already been greenlit for 2 seasons. Britton's other credits include Smith, American Horror Story, Friday Night Lights, Spin City, 24, and The West Wing. Sean Lowe and Catherine Giudice of Bachelor fame showed fans on social media a video of their 1-year-old son Samuel running down the aisle as a ring bearer at a friend's wedding. Lowe said on Instagram Sunday alongside the clip, "Y'all asked for it, and here it is. My man made it down the aisle in record time." He continued, if you listen closely, he says, "Dada," right before taking off because he saw me at the end of the aisle. You could also hear Mama giggling in the background. Kids are cheap entertainment. Lowe and Giudice welcomed Samuel in July 2016. The couple tied the knot in 2014 after meeting and getting engaged on The Bachelor. Giudice also announced in November that she's expecting her second child. Giudice said on Instagram, "Cheers to the Underwoods," alongside a photo of herself displaying her baby bump alongside Lowe and their friend Andrew and Steph Underwood, who are getting married. Lowe and Giudice made headlines in January when they celebrated their 4-year wedding anniversary. Ola Kabi celebrated her boyfriend's birthday Saturday with daughter Haley Joy. The 53-year-old television personality shared a photo on Instagram from her family fiat for Joel Schifferman's 60th birthday. The picture shows Kabi, Schiffman, and 13-month-old Haley Joy about to dig into a homemade birthday cake. The cake featured white frosting with the words "Happy B-Day Joel" spelled out in blue. Kabi captioned the snapshot, "Oh, happy day." The Today anchor has dedicated a post to Schiffman on his official birthday, March 21st. She wrote, "Happy birthday, handsome." Kabi and Schiffman will celebrate their 5-year anniversary as a couple in June. Kabi discussed the possibility of marriage in an interview with the Ellen DeGeneres show in January, saying she doesn't mind their current status. The star told Ellen DeGeneres, "Maybe we'll wait. I feel like everything is great. He's Haley's dad. I'm Haley's mom. We're together." She also said, "I feel like there's no rush other than we're old, and if we're going to do it, we might as well do it. I think it's fun like this. I don't mind it. We're doing our lives. Yes, I think we're going good this way." Television personality Star Jones is a married woman. The 56-year-old former The View host tied the knot with Ricardo Lugo aboard a cruise ship to the Bahamas on Sunday. Jones, who celebrated her birthday Saturday, shared a video on Instagram from the festivities. The post tag location showed the star was aboard the Royal Caribbean cruise ship Anthem of the Seas. She captioned the clip, "Such a beautiful celebration filled with love, photos, and video at Jennifer Margaret." People reported Jones and Lugo wed in front of about 150 friends and family members. Beyonce's mom, Tina Knowles, and former Real Housewives of Atlanta star Phaedra Parks were among the guests. Jones, who was previously married to Al Reynolds, announced her engagement in July, saying the bells of happiness are ringing right now. She celebrated her bachelorette party with friends and her dog Pinky aboard the cruise ship. In addition to The View, Jones has appeared on Inside Edition, The Apprentice, and Today.
Joanna Krupa is engaged to her businessman Bo. The 30-year-old model and television personalities rep confirmed as much to E! News after Krupa posted a photo of her engagement ring Sunday on Instagram. Krupa showed off her diamond sparkler in a picture of herself holding boyfriend Douglas Nunes' hand. The couple's 3 dogs can be seen in the background. Krupa captioned the snapshot, adding a heart and dog emoji, just another weekend in the Krupa Nunes household. News of Krupa's engagement comes 7 months after the star finalized her divorce from Roman Zago. Krupa filed for divorce from Zago in July after initially splitting from the club owner in May after 4 years of marriage. A lawyer for the pair told E! News in July, Joanna and Roman remain friends and desire the best for each other. Krupa is known for starring in Season 2 and 3 of The Real Housewives of Miami. She also competed on Dancing with the Stars and served as a host and judge on Poland's Next Top Model. Michael Buble is going to be a dad of 3. The 42-year-old Canadian singer confirmed Sunday at the 2018 Juno Awards that his wife, Argentinian actress Luisana Lopilato, is pregnant with their 3rd child. Buble, who hosted the awards show, said in his opening monologue, "You filled me up with joy and love and luck. 5 years ago, when I hosted the first time in Regina, you brought me luck and I was pregnant. My wife was. We're pregnant with our 1st child." And he said before telling Lopilato, "Oops, you did it again. My wife and I are pregnant with our number 3. I love you so much, mi amor." Lopilato showed off her baby bump in a form-fitting black dress on the red carpet. The 30-year-old actress shared a photo of her look on Instagram. She captioned the picture, "Gracias por acompañarme siempre." Stylist at Bernie Katoria Dress, at Lorena Hoyko Shoes, at Jimmy Choo Hair, at Calvin Glass Makeup Artist myself, #Junos, #Loose Spirit. Buble and Lopilato already shared 2 sons, 4-year-old Noah and 2-year-old Elias. Lopilato said at a press conference in April 2017 that Noah was doing well after being diagnosed with cancer in 2016. The actor says, "We're looking forward to thinking about the future, to seeing our children grow." Rise Against has announced a new North American tour titled Morning in America in support of their 8th studio album, Wolves, that will also feature AFI's Anti-Flag. The tour kicks off July 27th at the 77 Montreal Punk Festival in Quebec, Canada, before a performance on July 28th at the RBC Echo Beach in Toronto. The trek ends September 30th at the 5 Point Amphitheater in Irving, California. Rise Against will make stop cities including New York, Philadelphia, Nashville, Dallas, Salt Lake City, and Seattle, among others. The band will be holding a concert with Fall Out Boy at Wrigley Field in their hometown of Chicago September 8th. Tickets go on sale to the general public on March 30th at 10 a.m. local time through Live Nation. AFI and Anti-Flag will be performing at all headline shows. Rise Against consists of Tim McElroy, who plays lead guitar and rhythm guitar and lead vocals, Joe Principal bass, Zach Blair lead guitar, and Brandon Barnes on drums. Recently wrapped up a tour of Australia and New Zealand and will embark on a European tour in June. Charlie Puth's new song featuring James Taylor titled Change is dedicated to the students of the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, who have been fighting for stricter gun controls laws following a mass shooting. Puth said on Twitter Sunday, the song is dedicated to all the Parkland students, any lives lost to the senseless gun violence and the world, alongside a cover art for the track that features a dark blue backdrop. Puth sings in the chorus, "Why can't we just get along? If loving one another is wrong, then how are we supposed to get close to each other? We got to make that change, yeah. Why can't we just get along?" Puth was involved with the Parkland student-led March for Our Lives protest on Saturday and posted a photo of himself posing with survivors of the shooting that took place on February 14th and left 17 dead. Puth says, "The amount of bravery shown today from these girls and everyone in attendance, I have no words. #March for Our Lives." Music superstar Elton John spent his 71st birthday with his family in Italy. The British singer and rocker rang in his birthday Sunday in Rome with husband David Furnish and their 2 sons, 7-year-old Zachary Jackson Levon and 5-year-old Elijah Joseph Daniel. John posted a photo on Instagram of a hand-drawn card Zachary and Elijah made for his birthday. One of the boys paid tribute to the singer's $1 million piano concert residency in Las Vegas. John captioned the picture, "Woke up to these beautiful birthday cards from my beautiful sons, at David Furnish, #bless, #happy birthday." John also shared a snapshot of the bouquet of flowers Furnish, Zachary, and Elijah gave him on his birthday. He wrote, "I like flowers. Thank you, David, Zachary, and Elijah. At David Furnish, happy birthday. #say it with flowers."
followers. Furnish marked the occasion by dedicating a sweet post to John on his own Instagram account. The 55-year-old filmmaker wrote, "Happy birthday to my amazing husband. Nobody works harder or gives back more than you do. You're a fantastic father, too. The boys and I love you with all our hearts and wish you nothing but the best for the coming year. At Elton John, #happy birthday." John's birthday follows news he will retire from touring following a 300-date farewell tour. He explained to Anderson Cooper at an event in January that he's retiring to focus on his husband and children.
And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1973, Marlon Brando declines the Academy Award for Best Actor for his career-reviving performance in The Godfather. The Native American actress Sachi Littlefeather attended the ceremony in Brando's place, stating that the actor very regretfully could not accept the award as he was protesting Hollywood's portrayal of Native Americans in film. Now revered by many as the greatest actor of his generation, Brando earned his first nomination for his portrayal of the brutish Stanley Kowalski in A Streetcar Named Desire, 1951. The role was a reprisal of Brando's incendiary performance in the 1947 stage production of the Tennessee Williams play, which first brought him to the attention. Nominated again for his role in Viva Zapata in 1952 and Julius Caesar in 1953, he won his first Academy Award for On the Waterfront. Brando's career went into decline in the 1960s with expensive flops such as One-Eyed Jacks, which he also directed, and Mutiny on the Bounty in 1962. Aside from his preternatural talent, the actor had become notorious for his moodiness and demanding on-set behavior, as well as his tumultuous off-screen life. Francis Ford Coppola, the young director of The Godfather, had to fight to get him cast for the coveted role of Vito Corleone. Brando won the role only after undergoing a screen test and cutting his fee to $250,000, far less than what he had commanded a decade earlier. With one of the most memorable screen performances of all time, Brando rejuvenated his career, and The Godfather became an almost immediate classic. On the eve of the 1972 Oscars, Brando announced that he would boycott the ceremony and would send Littlefeather in his place. After Brando's name was announced as Best Actor, the presenter Roger Moore, as the star of several James Bond films, attempted to hand the Oscar to Littlefeather, but she brushed it aside, saying that Brando could not accept the award. Littlefeather read a portion of a lengthy statement Brando had written, the entirety of which was later published in the press, including the New York Times. "The motion picture community has been as responsible as any," Brando wrote, "for degrading the Indian and making a mockery of his character, describe his as savage, hostile, and evil." Brando had been involved in social causes for years, speaking publicly in support of the formation of a Jewish state in 1940s, as well as African American civil rights and the Black Panther Party. His Oscar statement expressed support from the American Indian movement and referenced the ongoing situation at Wounded Knee, the South Dakota town that had been seized by AIM members the previous month and was currently under siege by U.S. military forces. Wounded Knee had also been the site of a massacre of Native Americans by U.S. government forces in 1890. Brando was the second performer to turn down a Best Actor Oscar. The first was George C. Scott, who politely declined to accept his award for Patton in 1971 and reportedly said of the Academy Awards hoopla, "I don't want any part of it." Scott had previously declined a Best Supporting Actor nomination for The Hustler in 1961. Also on this date in 1979, Pattie Boyd and Eric Clapton are married. In the early decades of the 20th century, the Viennese beauty Alma Mahler inspired groundbreaking works by a quartet of husbands and lovers drawn from nearly every creative discipline. Music, Gustav Mahler; literature, Franz Werfer; art, Oskar Kościuszko; and architect, Walter Gulpis. It is possible that no pop culture muse will ever equal such a record, but if anyone came close to the modern era, it was the English beauty Pattie Boyd, whose participation in various affairs and marriages among the British rock royalty of the 60s and 70s inspired three famous popular songs, including Layla by his second husband Eric Clapton, whom Pattie Boyd married on this date in 1979. A colorful account of the dramatic arc that led Boyd and Clapton to the altar in 1979 and to the divorce court in 1989 can be found in Pattie Boyd's 2007 memoirs, Wonderful Tonight, George Harrison, Eric Clapton, and Me, the subtitle of which names the other key player in the story's central love triangle. In summary form, it goes something like this. Boyd met Harrison, and the two married soon after, with Harrison writing something for Boyd. Later,
Boyd met Clapton, Harrison's good friend, who fell in love with Boyd. Clapton ended up moving in with Boyd's teenage sister, but it is said to have written Layla for Boyd, causing the sister to move out. Boyd then had a brief affair with Clapton, but later returned to Harrison just as the Beatles were breaking up, and Clapton was in the early stages of an addiction to heroin. After breaking up with Harrison, Boyd returned to a now clean Clapton, and the couple married on March 27, 1979. Clapton's timeless classic, Wonderful Tonight, is also said to have been written for Boyd. If it weren't for all the alcohol and infidelities that followed, it might qualify as the perfect rock and roll fairy tale. Unfortunately, Pattie Boyd paints a picture of her years with Eric Clapton that makes one question whether such fairy tales ever exist. Even the happy event that took place on this day in 1979 gets low marks for romance in Boyd's account. It was more of a prank than a wedding, Boyd now says, an attempt by Clapton to win a drunken bet that he couldn't get his manager's picture in the paper. Clapton arranged the wedding the very next day, made that manager his best man, and won the bet. And that is your entertainment report for Tuesday, March 27th, 2018. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.